But
I didn't.
It's the first Sunday in March here in Boston. As the Boston Celtics host the pivotal contest important for so many different reasons for both these teams. Tatum counted, putting some muscle in that hustle. Tatum fires from deep, knocks down the three. Another three by Tatum.
And welcome everybody from TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. It is game night. Celtics fans are hyped. From Brown. Now it is Brown and Jaylen Brown off to a good start. He's got a couple of made baskets. That one a three. Here's Brown again, and he pops three and scores.
Jokic, who is having an incredible season, picking a screen. Jokic a three. Jokic got the screen into Gobert. Jokic from 15, fouled, counted.
Back after missing the last game.
Giannis pulls and fires. Giannis has the answer. Giannis has 8 points. Giannis with the take.
Freak version up around.
Puts it back. Count the bucket. He's got a free throw coming. 15 points now for Giannis. Giannis takes it inside and draws the contact. Another and one for Giannis.
Gets into the flow there. Nice feed to Curry. Little fake to get rid of Irvin. Talk about instant contribution. Curry connects. Curry looking for the open. Curry for three. Puts it in.
Real niggas in the building.
wow,
Real niggas in the building.
every day,
Every day.
every day.
Offset and Lil TJ got shot today. Prayers
My
up.
little
Prayers up. Prayers up. What did you want me to do this?
No, not saying it at all.
Like what other sound did you want me to play? You know what I'm saying? You know, prayers up to them though, for real. Like that ass. That's just really crazy. You know, ever seen Paid in Full? You know what the saying is. You know what the saying is. It happens every day, B.
shit
He
happens.
probably owed somebody a lot of money. He probably did.
Apparently, what I heard is that TJ owed Offset money, or anything.
Probably.
Oh, so they shot each other.
Let me find the post again.
Really?
Well,
Wow.
that's interesting.
Lil
Anyway.
TJ Prophecy alleged on Twitch that Offset owed him money and added a gambling addiction, calling him broke. Offset responded by challenging Lil TJ to a fight, aiming to resolve the follow-up allegation on live stream.
On live stream? Might need to find that live stream.
Two dumbass niggas. But anyways, you guys know why we're here, okay?
And Offset's condition is clear and stable, apparently as well. So
Good. Prayers
and
up.
TJ is unclear for now.
Now, NCAA championship recap. I mean, overall, okay, it wasn't like it was a bad game by any means, by any stretch of the means. But I did feel like the referees did dictate this game a little bit.
Especially in the first half.
Yeah, and in the first half, UConn kept moving the ball offensively in actions like east-west instead of trying to get downhill and get to the basket. I feel like they were looking for a lot of jump shots and weren't really – there was no dribble drive penetration, I felt like, at all in the first half really coming from UConn. And I think the biggest thing, too, is that Michigan wasn't being aggressive as far as shooting the basketball. They were just trying to dump it down low the whole first half, which I felt like UConn maybe could have taken advantage of that and maybe got down on the break to make Mara run up and down a little bit more. And also, Yaxel Lendenborg was injured. He had a leg injury. So I felt like UConn's game plan to go in there to slow it down with those two factors having a lot of big guys out there on Michigan's end. Getting up and down the floor seems like probably the best game plan they probably could have had, and they kept trying to slow the game down every single moment, pretty much from start to finish. And I felt like that wasn't the right way to go about the game plan going into the game. And there were just a lot of ridiculous calls. You saw the ridiculous jump ball call on Mullins when he was tied up with Namari Barnett in the first half. The terrible illegal screen call on Reed when he was screening Gale Jr. UConn got themselves in a foul trouble early, but I felt like obviously in the second half they maintained better offensive movement with different actions to kind of open up the Michigan defense. And then Michigan, they've decided to press UConn for some reason, and that did not work. And I felt like UConn did a good job of taking advantage of that. So, I mean, overall, that's how I felt about the game. And I mean, my final point would be, I think that this game was completely dictated by the referees. And I felt like UConn really didn't have a shot, especially when, they went up against Duke, and that was kind of the case against Duke, and UConn got themselves back into the game, and it just felt like they never had a chance due to just some of the calls that happened that I felt were kind of egregious. But anyways, Ben, we'll start with you because I know you definitely watched the game.
Yeah, I did. Honestly, for what I seen, the refereeing was just not great, which is unfortunate from a highest prestigious tournament. The March Madness, the final championship, you need to have better refereeing. I don't know if that's a word, but anyway, what I've seen, both teams is somewhat even, and that tells you what the final score and everything. Referee is just, I can't get that out of my mind. I'm not saying that UConn should have won the game, but Michigan definitely got help from the refs to win the championship.
Absolutely. Tyler, how'd you feel about the game?
I mean, there was definitely a lot of free throws in this one, mainly in favor of Michigan. But I mean, also for UConn, I mean, if you're Mullins, you can't go 4 for 17 from the field. You hit a couple more of those shots, the game's even closer than what it was. I thought UConn actually made it a lot closer than what I thought it was going to be. I predicted Michigan to win coming into this, but the fact that it was a 6-point game, I thought it was a pretty good game aside from, the officials trying to interfere as much as they could. But I mean, yeah, I thought Michigan was able to attack the basket pretty well too. I thought that was a big, a big advantage for them. But yeah, that's pretty much my main thoughts about the game.
Absolutely.
So like I said, like Amari said, and like every other panelist said, the refs definitely did dictate whatever. The refs definitely helped Michigan win this game. That's what I think. But yeah, it's just I think UConn. I feel like UConn had some good play. Their boards, their rebounding was very good. I just feel like the 3-point game wasn't established. They were they just couldn't hit their shots today, and I feel like it happens in basketball. Inconsistencies happen. But I just feel like if the refs weren't, I feel like UConn, they missed a lot of UConn fouls. Am I wrong?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I just felt like throughout a majority of the game, UConn just wasn't getting certain calls Michigan was getting. I think that was really the upsetting part. And they should have made it more of a game. I think the refs let them play. A lot of the second half, they let both sides play. But you could just tell if you watch the whole entire game, there was just a lot of calls going Michigan's way at crucial moments. And, I think that was ultimately the story of this game. And obviously, there's really not much to talk about other than the fact that Caravan was also a no-show. I mean, you're supposed to be the best player. What Tyler said about Mullins, I kind of get what you're saying, but I also think the other sentiment should be is that Mullins was really the only one getting offensive rebounds. He was really attacking the glass. He was also making plays happen by cutting. And, honestly, Michigan did a lot of neutralizing the ball off of the wing so that they couldn't get perimeter shots up or neutralizing the ball to the corner. It was we'll force the middle and take our chances. And, and as you can see, it worked. So I think that was
100%.
ultimately the story of the game. But now, NBA play and predictions. Now, I know this is going to be fun for sure.
This will be fun.
No doubt. So, Ben, if you could pull up the standings while I talk about get it off. I'll start with the Eastern Conference. So, for me personally, obviously, you have the 76ers, the Hornets, the Magic, and the Heat right now. All looks like gearing up to have a real battle here at the end of the season, which the 76ers, the Hornets, and the Magic all have the same record. The Heat are not far behind, which did they win tonight? Or did they lose?
Oh, let me
Do
check.
we know?
I'll check.
Hold on.
The Heat did not play.
No, they play tomorrow. I'm sorry. They play tomorrow.
Play tomorrow.
So
They
they play the Raptors tomorrow, who also, which, as you guys can see, the Raptors, they're kind of tied. They're kind of tied, but they're in one spot above. I don't see the Raptors going down any further than 6. I think the only team I could probably see in this situation probably climbing to reach them is probably Philadelphia. And I mean, they're not too far behind the Hawks either. So that race, I mean, all the way up until the end of the year, it's going to be up until the end of the year. But for what right now, for what I have, I think the Raptors will stay 6th. I think the 76ers will stay 7. I think the Hornets will stay 8, but I think Heat might overtake the Magic. I just don't know in terms of seeding. I just don't know how that's going to work. And obviously, as you guys know, the way the play-in works, 7 plays to 8, the 9 plays to 10. So right now, the 76ers would be matched up with the Charlotte Hornets, which I actually have the Hornets winning that game. I think the Hornets will find a way to get to that second game. I think the Heat will end up beating the Magic if it stays this way. And honestly, I think the Heat will obviously beat the Hornets, and I think the Heat will end up being that last seed. So
Okay.
I think that's what I have. I don't know what you guys have, and then we'll move on to the Western Conference after you guys go. I'll start with you, Ben.
Oh, okay. I'm currently looking at like every team schedule one by one. And 76ers have it like quite easy. They played the 76ers, they played the Spurs tonight and they lost.
Mm-hmm.
But they have Houston, Indy, and Milwaukee left. And the games are in Houston, in Indy, and in Philly against Milwaukee. Like the Hawks they just lost to Knicks tonight in Atlanta. They have Cleveland twice, home and home, but starting in Cleveland, and Miami in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
The Raptors have Miami twice at home, and the Knicks in New York and Brooklyn at home. The Hornets schedule in Boston, Pistons in Charlotte, and Knicks in New York. This is not easy at all to finish the year.
Nope.
The Magic, they played the Pistons tonight and won by 16. And they have Minnesota and in Chicago and in Boston to finish the year. And I was now like on the Heat. And if I'm looking, they have Toronto, both in Toronto, then Washington, then Atlanta to finish the year.
Yeah, I think it'll decide the seeding really weirdly.
Yeah.
Like it's just going to be really weird, but I think that matchup, it'll be dependent on how that's going to work. I do agree. Those are tough schedules. Actually, wait, Ben, we'll flip back.
Yeah.
As far as predictions, what are your predictions?
If you look at the schedule again, I think the Raptors stay 6. I think if they win 1 out of 2 against the Heat, I think they're a good place to finish 6th. And they probably lose against the Knicks and 1 against Brooklyn, so they'll probably stay them at 6. The Hawks, I think, are fine in 5th. Maybe Cleveland. Yeah, I think they're fine. I think the Miami overtakes Orlando, and I think Philly and Charlotte stay put. I don't think they move. Miami beat Orlando, and I think Charlotte beat Philly, but Miami wins against Charlotte.
Yeah, so pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
For the most part. Tyler, how about you?
Yeah, I think the most of this is going to stay the same. Besides just the 7, 8, and 9 seed, I could very well see the Hornets dropping to 9 just because of who they have to play these next 3 games. But if it stayed how it is right now, I would have the Hornets beating the Sixers. Or if they did drop tonight and played Miami, I would have them beating Miami. I think they're good enough to beat either of those teams. And I think it would be really fun to see them in the playoffs. Um, and if it stayed as Magic and Heat right now, I would probably have the Magic one in that one. Yeah, it was pretty impressive to beat Detroit tonight. I know Detroit doesn't have Cade, but I mean to still beat them by 16 points is still pretty impressive. So yeah, I think the Hornets will get in. The Sixers, when they're healthy, they're not an easy team to beat either. But I mean, you know, I really want to see the Hornets in over them. If it stays how it is right now, and that's who ends up playing each other, I would like to see the Hornets make it in, and I think they could. I think that young talent. I think they have enough young talent to match up with Philadelphia, even though Philadelphia has, a good team when healthy. But yeah,
Yeah, no, I really want Charlotte to be in there too.
me
That's a
too.
Yeah,
team.
that Charlotte Miami matchup could go, and let's see both ways.
Yeah, I think they'd give Miami like I think they'd make it close. I think they would win a game. I just don't think it would be like I can't see it going 6. I can't see it going 7. I could see it going 5 though. That they might steal a game, to keep themselves alive or something, or they might obviously play that first game at home or whatever the case may, or the third game at home. They might lose the first 2 if they have to go on the road against Miami, and then they probably win one at home, whether it's the third or the fourth game. And then I would assume they probably would lose, obviously, after that. So once it goes back to Miami. But Mr. Spoke B, sir.
So can you actually go back to the standings real quick? Thank you. So I have most of it as the same as well. I'm actually a big Hornets fan this year because I really like their roster. It's a very fun roster. Um, but right now, I actually think Philadelphia could sneak into that 6th spot. I got Toronto dropping. So then I got Magic Hornets. I got the Hornets, Heat Raptor. I meant yeah, Heat Raptors. I got the Heat, and then Hornets make it to the playoffs.
I like that. I mean, yeah, I could see it because Toronto, thing about Toronto is they don't have a Tyrese Maxey. Really,
Exactly.
that's
Yeah,
really what it is. But I feel like their defense is what keeps them in games and their
For sure.
ability to get to the rim. I know that obviously the shooting part. I don't get what's going on with Grady Dick, by the way. That's just he's
That's a
had some
whole
DNPs.
managerial issue.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I feel like they could really use someone that could just go out there and get a bucket, which that's literally his skill set. It's just a weird situation, and I guess I would monitor that for the rest of the year and on for the playoffs if you're a Raptors fan, because that's someone that could really, really help. You know what I mean? Obviously, improve that whole situation. But anyways, so a lot of our teams lost. If we could just go to the baseball standings here, maybe show the baseball standings before we get out of here.
I'm not
Yeah,
doing the
so-
West.
What about the Western Conference?
Oh, I'm sorry. I
You're good.
apologize,
You're good.
dude. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory, to be quite honest with you. I don't think the Warriors are going to do anything. I honestly, I don't see them honestly even making it in there. And the Suns just got healthy again, and the Clippers are obviously they're healthy, but I think with that experience and having Kawhi Leonard having the game changers, I can't see. I mean, Portland's my second favorite team. I can't see Portland. I cannot see Portland really doing much. They just Avdia is cool. They just really don't have too much else offensively. I feel like enough to compete with some of those teams. And the Warriors are the Warriors. They have no big. Curry just came back from injury. So I guess maybe he could go nuclear and maybe he could
I
score.
mean, we've seen it before.
We've seen it happen before, but like you're relying on a 36-year-old guy coming back off
Yeah,
an
no,
injury
that's
sport.
the only issue.
Yeah, like it's just it's not too much of a great situation over there in Golden State. But if God willing, hopefully they make the playoffs because Curry, I don't think he would want out, but they're gonna have to do some serious work to keep him happy. But
For
yeah, I
sure.
mean, I definitely would say I would have the Clippers beating the Suns, to be quite real with you, in that first playing game. I think Curry does enough to beat Portland, and then those two play, and that And I think obviously both of those spots go to probably the Clippers. Honestly, I think the Suns maybe might stay put, but the Suns could catch Minnesota. They could. It's a
Very well.
possibility. So, that's just my take on it. I know it's obviously not as easy as or straightforward as the West, but yeah, we could start with you, Spoke.
All right. So right now I got Suns Clippers. I actually got the Suns beating the Clippers because like you said they got healthy and it'd be they're also like a pretty cool team. And then Warriors Blazers, Steph Curry is back and he's 100%. So, and he proved it last night despite the loss, but he played outstanding for first game back. I got the Warriors and then Warriors Clippers. I actually got the Warriors beating the Clippers. That's a little bit of a hot take, but I really think Steph Curry could fix this team and maybe get them into a playoff spot.
It's possible. It's all dependent on Draymond too, on how he plays.
Exactly. But like we said, we've seen it happen before. I'm not counting Steph Curry out. We've seen people count him out and he's proven them wrong. I'm not counting him out.
Yeah, absolutely. Ben, how about you?
I'm doing the same thing with the schedule again. I think that
It's hard to memorize.
You say?
It's hard to memorize like the standings and stuff.
Yeah, no,
Like
it
the
is. That's why I'm
schedules.
taking everything.
Yeah, of course.
Minnesota, the Timberwolves, as in Indy, in Orlando, in Houston, in Pelicans at home. Phoenix has Houston, Dallas, and they have Lakers in LA, in OKC, in Oklahoma to finish the year. Now I was like on my way to the Clippers. So let's Clippers. I can't find them. Am I blind? Hello. I bet.
Bro.
Hello.
Okay, they're right here. Dallas, OKC, Portland, Golden State. See, that LA Golden State game could be very important for both teams.
Yeah, those games are all important for them.
And even they're playing Portland the game before.
Mm-hmm. Those games are all extremely important.
It can be played right there.
Yeah, they don't have a choice. They're gonna have to buck up.
Yeah, honestly. For Portland, they have. I think they lost to Denver in OT. In Denver, they have San Antonio in San Antonio, and they have Clippers and Sacramento at home. I think so. That's pretty easy. That's not. I'm talking shit.
Yeah,
that's not easy at all. That's not easy at all. I'm talking shit. So yeah, the Portland doesn't have it easy. So I think if I look at the not Clippers, Golden State schedule, they have Sacramento, LA, Lakers. They have Sacramento twice, then Clippers. Mm-hmm. So I think Golden State can overtake Portland, and Clippers. I think Clippers and Phoenix stay. I think Clippers, Phoenix, and Minnesota stay put.
Absolutely.
So I think Phoenix beat the Clippers, and the Golden State possibly beat Portland, but I would have Phoenix beating the Golden State in the final.
Right. No, yeah, I think, yeah, absolutely. I think that's a good take.
Okay. So I think Minnesota's going to stay at the 6th seed because they are up 3 games above Phoenix, and there's only 4 games left. So essentially, they only have to win 1 more. I'm pretty sure that would make sense for them to just stay as a 6th seed. So I'm confident that they'll.
And they're playing Indy.
So So I'm confident they can stay in, and then I think Phoenix is going to stay 7, and I think they're going to beat Portland. I think Portland's going to move up to the 8th seed over the Clippers. Portland's hot; they've won 8 out of their last 10. So I have Portland moving to the 8th seed, but Phoenix beating them. And then the Clippers-Warriors game, I'm going to predict that Curry's going to have a nuclear game and go off like, we're used to seeing him do. Hopefully he gets some help from his teammates. And then it would be the Clippers and the Warriors. And that is honestly a toss-up. I could see that going either way, but I think the Clippers have a more well-rounded team. And I don't know as much as I love Curry, my favorite player, I don't know if I can, just keep bet on him to have to carry his entire team to win every single game. At some point, he's got to have some type of help. And I don't know if that's going to be enough to beat the Clippers. So I think Phoenix makes it as the 7th seed and the Clippers make it at the 8th seed.
Should have never got rid of Jordan Poole, man.
Well, yeah, and you know what else? I was thinking about this the other day.
Should have never got rid of Jordan Poole.
Porzingis should never be the best center that he's ever played with.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
Is that not crazy?
Yeah. No, that is, yeah. That, but also, Draymond's like visibly declining the last 2 years. Like, they probably should have let him go was last time around, to be quite honest with you. I think he recently just got an extension or something, right? Or his contract.
Yeah.
Like, he just got one not too long ago. If I'm not mistaken.
I'm looking into it, yeah.
Yeah, he signed a
2023.
Yeah, so it's like, I get it, but maybe not 4 years, maybe 2, and see what happens. But it's like, he's not going to be an unrestricted free agent until he's 37. Like,
okay,
are they gonna...
but for next season, he has the player option.
Yeah, but he's gonna want to stay.
He's gonna sign that, yeah.
Unless Curry goes and tells them, like, no, we don't want you here anymore. Which I'm not sure. You never know.
Turning 36, making $27 million.
They're both getting old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Curry's not getting any younger. He's like Bron's age. Almost. Damn near. Curry's like 36, right?
I think so.
He's 38, dog. He's 38.
Yeah.
Damn. And he's 38.
That's crazy. I thought he was younger.
That's actually sad to think about. Like, Braun might be done. Braun might be done after next year. He might try and play one more year to see if the Lakers get him enough help. But he might be done after this year. He genuinely might.
I think so.
He might be done. But thank you guys for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. A little quick one. Some little appetizer, just because today we were gonna do baseball, and then all our teams lost. So
that's kind of
pretty shitty if you ask me, but
kind of killed the whole vibe of the podcast we were gonna do today. But yeah, I mean, thank you guys for tuning in for this NCAA recap.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow's hockey, right? Did we decide?
No,
basketball again. I'm sorry, basketball, because the Celtics play tomorrow, Raptors play tomorrow.
Everyone plays tomorrow.
All our teams play tomorrow, so we will see you guys tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you.
It's the first Sunday in March here in Boston. As the Boston Celtics host the pivotal contest important for so many different reasons for both these teams. Tatum putting some muscle in that hustle. Tatum fires from deep, knocks down the three. Another three by Tatum.
And welcome everybody from TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. It is game night. Celtics fans are hyped. From Brown. Now it is Brown, and Jalen Brown off to a good start. He's got a couple of made baskets, that one a three. Here's Brown again, and he pops three and scores.
Jokic, who is having an incredible season, picking a screen. Jokic a three. Jokic got the screen into Gobert. Jokic from 15, fouled. Coming.
Back after missing the last game.
Giannis pulls and fires. Giannis has the answer. Giannis has 8 points. Giannis with the take. Freak version up around. Puts it back. Count the bucket. He's got a free throw coming. 15 points now for Giannis. He takes it inside and draws the contact. Another and one for Giannis.
Gets into the flow there. Nice feed to Curry. Little fake to get rid of Irvin. Talk about